This is a 2016 Ford Escape. In this video, I'm going to be replacing the front struts on this car. As you can see here, I've removed the entire windshield wiper tray with the windshield wiper arms. And the reason is that's the only way that you can access the top bolts for the struts. So I'm going to cover the removal of the windshield wiper tray in a separate video just to keep this one on topic. This is one of the old struts that I've already removed, and this is the new replacement that goes on the other side. And this is the box it came in. It's an A premium product. I will include a part number for these in the video description. Before I even start, I'm going to walk you through all the nuts and bolts that must be removed in order to get to the strut. First, you have this axle nut. It's 32 millimeters. Then we have this outer tie rod nut, and it is a 15 millimeter bolt. This bolt at the top of the sway bar link is 16 millimeters. Then we have the bolt that goes on the lower control arm ball joint, and it is also a 15 millimeter bolt. And the nut for the knuckle, the bolt for the knuckle, is also 15 millimeters. You have a small bolt right here for the brake line, and it's also 8 millimeters. Then we have the two bolts for the brake caliper, and they are 18 millimeters. These top strut tower bolts are 13 millimeter. There's 3 of them here. Every bolt I've shown you has to come out. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you the torques, the specified torque for putting back every single one of these bolts. I'm also going to show you some very helpful tips for getting the strut, the bottom of the strut, out of the knuckle. And also another very useful trick for getting the strut, the top hat, back where it belongs. So keep watching for these tips that you'll probably never see anywhere else. To get this outer tie rod out of the knuckle, I use this ball joint removal tool. This is one of the most useful tools I have in my toolbox. Now it's important that when you use this, you leave the nut on just at the top of the stud to protect the threads of the strut from the stud from mushrooming. And here you can see how nicely this came out with no damage to the boot. These are the two 18 millimeter bolts that hold the caliper, and here you can see how I've used a couple of zip ties to just hang the caliper from the brake line stay. This is the 15 millimeter bolt for the ball joint right back here, and on the end of it, it has a 18 or 19 millimeter nut. So you just have to hold the nut while you turn the bolt. I've got the axle out of the hub, and I've got the lower control arm out of the bottom of the knuckle, and I've got the sway bar link with the 16 millimeter nut out of the strut right here, and I've also disconnected the ABS sensor. This is its connector right here, and it just has a little push tab that you push, and it slides right off of the sensor that is down in here. I don't know if you can see it. And here is the 15 millimeter bolt that's in the back of the knuckle. And so now there's nothing really holding this hub onto the strut, this knuckle onto the strut. And the question is how to relieve the pressure here to get it out, and I'm going to show you the tool that I use to do this. This amazing little tool is a knuckle spreader. You can see how by turning this bolt at the end, you can move this wider or narrower. So you get it lined up to insert it in the slot in the back of the knuckle, and then you turn this bolt and it spreads the knuckle open. Let's do that. So with this tool here, this entire knuckle just drops right off the strut. And I did put this cardboard box underneath it to catch it in case it fell and I couldn't hold it, but I was able to just lower it gently. At this point I can just remove these 3 bolts from the top hat and just catch the strut. It's going to drop right down. Here's the strut with the 3 bolts. Notice that the top hat has a asymmetric shape, and it just only one way it can fit in, so there's only one way you can install it. But the question is, how do you match up these holes at the top hat with the holes in the top of the strut tower? And I'm going to show you how. Now if you try to take these original strut bolts and put them through the top here to thread them into the top hat, it ain't ever going to happen. Even with another person helping you, you're never going to get these lined up to go. So here's what I do. Instead of the original bolt, I start a long bolt of the same thread, which is 8mm by 1.25mm thread, and I can put it through here far enough so I can reach down from underneath and match it up with the top hat and thread it in so that the strut just hangs from this one bolt, and then I can insert the other bolts. Now if I was an octopus with 8 arms, I could have started this long bolt and then pushed up the strut and started this short bolt and shot the whole process with the camera. But I just got 2 arms and I work alone. I don't have an assistant. So this is the best that I can do for you. Here you see that this long bolt was used to thread into the top of the strut. Here's the strut right here. Okay. And then from there it was easy to start the short bolt. With the strut in place, what I do next is I slip the knuckle back onto the bottom of the strut. I push it up to where it stops. It has a stop. There's a stop tab on the strut itself. And then holding it there at the stop, I release the spreader tool. And when I release the spreader tool, the knuckle clamps itself onto the strut and its weight is supported at that point. And then installation is the reverse of removal, kind of. The first step after you've released the knuckle onto the bottom of the strut is you get the axle back through the hub and you thread it in to pull it through so that the bottom of the knuckle can line up with the ball joint again. At this point you can start putting everything back together. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for, I do recommend highly that you use a torque wrench, high quality torque wrench, to set the torques on all these bolts. This 15mm bolt for the outer tie rod goes to 35 foot-pounds. This lower ball joint bolt 15mm and 61 foot-pounds. The knuckle bolt 15mm to 59 foot-pounds, and then an additional 180-degree rotation. This axle nut 32mm, 59 foot-pounds plus 90 degrees. The brake caliper bolts 18mm and 129 foot-pounds, or as close as you can get to that. The sway bar link 16mm and 46 foot-pounds. These strut tower bolts 13mm and 26 foot-pounds. Finally, the lug nuts 19mm and 100 foot-pounds. I've got the car out for a test drive after replacing both struts in the front, and most of the noises that it had been making are gone. I'm gonna drive around in a circle where the coils used to bind and make strange noises, and gonna do a figure 8 here, and those binding noises are pretty much gone, but I still do have some noises at this point. I believe they're coming from the lower control arm bushings. So I think this is where we're gonna call it good and complete this repair. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.